everybody. My name is Dia Prakash.
And my name is Himajin Nagareddy.
We are your MCs for this wonderful flag-raising ceremony.
Special thanks to IAGB, the Indian American Association of Greater Boston, the Acton Select Board, several of whose members are with us today, our state elected representatives, and key organizers of this event, Rashi and Sahana, without whom our convening here today would not be possible at all. Alrighty.
Before we kick off, we're going to share a couple fun facts about ourselves. I share a zodiac sign with Michael Jordan.
That's awesome, and I'm a Scorpio. Another fun fact about me is that I hate hot weather.
Me too. Man, life is hard sometimes.
Life is really hard, but remember, Dio, what my mama always says, when life gives you lemons, make pickle. I'm sorry, we had to throw in a few Indian dad jokes in there. Alrighty. Speaking of my mama and speaking of my family background, today holds a lot of significance for our family. One of my fondest memories growing up was hearing the stories of my mama and my mama, so my grandma and my great aunt, talking about the day they remember that India won independence back in 1947. And marching the streets with their friends, with their family, holding up the Indian flag, because that day was just such a huge testament to the importance of democracy, everything that they had fought for, and the legacy that they wanted to leave, not only for their generation, but generations way ahead of them. But Dia, would love to hear what you thought about India Independence Day and what this day holds significant to you.
So, mine is a lot less deep, but 3 years ago, I was going to Trader Joe's with my parents, and we noticed the Indian flag being raised next to the American flag at the town hall. We took some photos and shared them with my grandparents back in India. It was so cool to see the country of my heritage being honored in such a special way in the country that is my home. And today, my grandparents, who are visiting from New Delhi, India, are here celebrating with us. I now invite IAGB President and Director Tanu Gupta to say a few words.
Thank you. We're now welcoming Tanu to the stage, if she's here.
She's not here yet, so why don't we go on to her?
Okay, so Tanu is not here with us. She is running a little late. She's traveling from New Hampshire, so we're really glad that she's going to be here with us shortly. In the meanwhile, super excited to introduce... Okay, we're introducing IAGB President to the stage. We're really excited to have you.
Thank you so much, Himaja and Dia. That was wonderful, and loved hearing your sun signs and what you fear. Really, really loved it. By the way, my sun sign is Libra, and what do I fear? I fear heights. That's what I fear. All right. On behalf of IAGB, I would like to thank you being here. This is the 4th year we'll be celebrating India's Independence Day here at the Acton Town Common. As the girls noted, 77 years ago, India achieved a long journey towards the independence with many great leaders and a message of truth and non-violence from Mahatma Gandhi. And today, India is the largest democracy in the world, a democracy that continues to demonstrate that foundation of its commitment is respecting will of the people. Together, we, the vibrant community of Indian Americans, are almost 5 million strong, making us one of the largest South Asian Americans, and together we can make an impact, as you have demonstrated year after year in the town of Acton. So, driving on the fundamentals of our Indian Americans' roots, the culture, the one nation, unity in diversity, and while staying true to our culture, we must embrace our surrounding cultures in this adopted land of ours, America. Unity in diversity is one of the most powerful thoughts India has given to the world. So let's stay true to our thoughts. Let's stretch our minds, diversify our experiences and encounters, and be open to cultural immersion. Come, let us raise our vibe by owning our roots and embracing our lives and staying. Welcome to today's event where we honor the flag of our adopted home and flag of our native country. Thank you. Can I now request Senator Jamie Elrich to come on the stage and address few words?
Thank you, Senator Eldridge.
Thank you, Himaja. So good morning, everyone, and happy Independence Day. I'm honored to be here, and I want to thank Sahana Purwitt for organizing this once again. I'm so proud to represent such a large Indian and South Asian American community in the district, not just in Acton and Boxborough, but throughout the district that I represent. And I hope people are feeling the excitement that you're really seeing a greater civic engagement and representation by the Indian American community that's happening not just in Acton, Boxborough, but across Massachusetts. I want to pay special recognition to Himaja Nagareddy, who just served her recent term as the select board. So thank you, Himaja, for your service for the town. And of course, now we have Leela Ramachandran, who's on the Acton Boxborough School Committee. So very happy to see her serve as well. So I know that my colleagues are here, Representative Cataldo and Representative Sina, and I want to thank Vaishali Getty as the president of the IAGB for her leadership, and having the chance to go to IAGB events and other events celebrating Indian culture is just truly an honor, and just shows the richness and diversity of the culture and people from across the Indian subcontinent. It's important here in Massachusetts, given the fact that we also have our roots in celebrating revolutionary history, to also turning out the British just as India did, and why we're celebrating today's Independence Day, that it has a special connection, I think, to the Indian American community in Massachusetts and all Massachusetts residents, striving for freedom, striving for democracy, striving for representation. And that's so important to celebrate at this time in our country's history. The connection runs, I think, even deeper between India and the United States of America because of those connections on freedom, democracy, and really representation. If you think about the second American Revolution, was really the civil rights movement, of course led by Dr. Martin Luther King. Dr. King's movement of nonviolent resistance, of course, was based on the teachings and principles of Mahatma Gandhi, leading to the independence of India. But it doesn't just end there, because the revolution that happened in the 1960s wasn't just the 1964 and 1965 Civil Rights Act to make sure that all people, including people of color, had the right to vote, but also, of course, the 1965 Naturalization Act, which revolutionized the ability for people all over the country to come to this country and start a new life. We know that before 1965, the overwhelming majority, sort of the preference for immigration to the United States, was only Western European countries. And so that dramatically changed, and I would say has dramatically changed the makeup of the United States in terms of diversity, in terms of representation, and to truly make sure that America is a democracy and sort of a beacon of light for the world. And of course, that has led to a dramatic transformation of who we are as Americans, and looking out to see the incredible diversity that's represented here in Acton, across Massachusetts, and across the country. So I think of those connections, the contributions that Mahatma Gandhi gave, of course, for the independence of India, but then also leading to the second American Revolution with the civil rights movements of the 1960s. And what that has brought to Massachusetts, including to Acton, in terms of the Indian American and South Asian American community, is incredibly powerful. I think about the contributions of the Indian American community to medicine, to biotech, to healthcare, to education, to principles of democracy and engineering. All of those contributions make all of us a stronger Commonwealth, and I would say a reason why we're one of the strongest states in the country in terms of diversity of economy, in terms of strength of democracy, and in terms of the contributions, and the fact that 25% of Massachusetts residents are foreign-born, many of them from Asian countries. So I want to thank the Indian American community for those contributions, And of course, there's the contributions of art and culture. I know that all of us, including those who aren't Indian, just love to go to celebrations of Indian culture, whether it's Diwali, whether it's some of the other Indian holiday and celebrations, and really enriching the fabric of this community and communities across Massachusetts. So thank you so much for those contributions. And I would just say on a personal note, I am so grateful for how welcoming the Indian American community is to me. You welcome me into your homes, yes, including for some dinners. You welcome me to your events, and you welcome me to your celebrations. So thank you so much for being so welcoming to me, to making me feel welcome wherever I go to Indian American celebrations. And happy Independence Day for India, and happy Independence Day for all those who celebrate it. Thank you, and it's an honor to represent you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator Eldridge. Go for it, Dia.
I would like to call Massachusetts State Representative Dan Cena to share his thoughts. As State Representative for the 37th Middlesex District, Danilo Dan Cena is the first Brazilian immigrant to be elected to a state legislature in America.
Dan, thank you so much for being here with us. The floor is yours.
Thank you for that introduction. I actually have a few. Well, it's a great honor to be present today at this flag raising ceremony, which proudly celebrates Indian 77th Independence Day. Before I start, I would like to thank the Acton Indian Americans organization and the Indian Association for Greater Boston for putting this together, this prestigious event together. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Senator Eldridge and Representative Simon Cataldo, community leaders and constituents. None of this would be possible without your efforts. Today, we stand here with hearts full of pride and gratitude. I believe that this day represents not only the triumph of Indians' sovereignty, but also the strength, unity, and resiliency of the Indian people. As we raise the tricolor Indian flag proudly in our town's City Hall, let us be reminded of the heroic journeys and sacrifices of each and every Indian citizen that fought for freedom for their motherland. On this occasion, let us also think about the future. This flag also represents prosperity, hope, and pride. I hope that on this day, every single one of you continues to carry the essence of India, culture, and history. Today we stand together and celebrate the vibrant spirit of those who came before us, while also looking forward to continuing progress for future generations. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you all. Thank you for attending today's ceremony. Thank you for putting this together here in Acton, and happy Indian Independence Day.
Thank you so much, Representative Cena. Let's give another round of applause. Super excited to now welcome onto the stage our Massachusetts State Representative for our 14th Middlesex District, State Representative Simon Cataldo. Rep. Cataldo, thank you so much for being here with us today. We cannot wait to hear what you have to say for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Himija. How is everybody today? Doing good? Okay. It is a hot day, which makes me want to pick up where Senator Eldridge left off. So about a year ago, I was spending my summer biking from house to house, knocking on many of your doors, and the days were really hot. And I was showing up kind of drenched at people's doors. And I don't think that there was a single time when the door opened and it was a member of the Indian American community when I was not invited inside for a cup of tea or a glass of water or a coffee. And I treasured those moments. Those were really some of the best moments on the campaign trail. So not only are you contributing to our schools, in our science and technology and business, in civically, but you're also just a profoundly welcoming and kind and inclusive community. It was just a few months ago that my oldest son, I have 3 children, the oldest is 5, he and I came here, we didn't really know what we were coming to, and we find ourselves throwing colored powder on each other's faces and just having the best day, just the brightening up our weekends. And it is things like that that you have taken the effort to invite me to and include my family in that has really enriched my life and my experience as part of this community, both as part of my service as a state representative and just part of this community and as a dad and as a neighbor. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to say how humbled I am to be here, to be part of this. It's clear to all of us that the Indian American community in this town, in this region, has for many, many years contributed profoundly to every area of civic life. But at no time was that more clear to me than when I was seated at a table with some of you at India New England's 25th anniversary event, there to honor Sahana Purohit for her award in political leadership for India New England. And I was there watching Sahana give wonderful remarks and so many leaders throughout this community, and it was an important reminder of everything that the Indian American community has contributed. I am just so proud to represent so many of you in the state legislature and to partner with so many of you. So we're here to celebrate India's Independence Day. As you know, part of the national emblem of India is truth alone triumphs. And the truth is that in 2023, democracies around the world are in peril. India became independent and then later, as Senator Eldridge recounted, became a democracy and is now the largest democracy in the world. Next year and in the coming years, we'll be celebrating the 250th anniversary of the shot heard round the world in Concord, where residents from Acton and the surrounding communities came to risk and in some case lose their lives to fight for our American independence. It is not a guarantee that we'll continue to enjoy that independence and that democracy. We know that, you know that, because our family members and our ancestors have fought for it so hard. It's not self-actualizing. But the way that we will fortify, that we will strengthen our ability to deliver self-determination, not just to ourselves, but to my children, to your children, and to your grandchildren, is to continue to engage civically in our communities, like Himaja has done, like Leela has done, like so many of you are doing in your own ways. That is the way that we will guarantee that our children continue to enjoy a great public education, safe drinking water, good infrastructure, a free business environment where you can be an entrepreneur and reach your full God-given potential. So I'd humbly submit to you that you should not only continue, but to double down on those activities, because we need you as members of the Indian American community, not just to engage, not just to participate, but to lead. And if you have any questions or want to brainstorm on ideas, I'm happy to do that with you. Thank you so much for including me, and happy Independence Day.
Thank you for that wonderful speech, Representative Cataldo. Can we get another round of applause? Now, I'd like to call on Acton Select Board Member, Alyssa Nickel, to share a few words.
Thank you so much, Dia. Thank you, Himija. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Acton Select Board, I want to say that it is our absolute pleasure to participate in this celebration of India's Independence Day, organized by Acton Indian Americans and Indian Americans of Greater Boston. Happy Independence Day. Today's event is a meaningful commemoration of this important day for India and her diaspora. You are all coming together in community. You are welcoming all to join you, honoring the sacrifice of those who fought for India's freedom from British colonial rule, and celebrating the victorious outcome of that fight, the securing of freedom, independence, and democracy. Echoing what Representative Cataldo and Senator Eldridge said, one of the things that I most treasure about Acton is the enrichment of our community that is possible when we have an opportunity such as the one today to share with one another our most traditional, cherished cultural celebrations. It is an honor for all of the Acton Select Board members and for myself an incredible privilege not only to join you but also to hoist the saffron, white, and green Tiranga. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. That was so incredibly well said, and we're so grateful for everything that you do for our Select Board. Also, a huge shout out to the other Select Board members that are here with us today, Fran Arsenal and David Martin. Thank you for being here. It truly does mean so much. We love the bells. It truly does mean so much to have our town's representatives here showing support for this iconic event. And we were also really fortunate to open up this event with remarks from our president of IAGB, Vaishali Gade, and now we're super excited to welcome onto the stage Tanu Basu, the director of IAGB. Tanu, the floor is yours. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
I'm Tanu Phoenix now, very proudly. So just letting you know, not Basu any longer. And I'll tell you the story another time if you are interested to know. No, I did not get married. It was my choice. My daughter and I changed our last names because we rose from the ashes and became phoenixes. Thank you so much, everybody, for gathering here. And I'm sorry I'm late. I had a morning fiasco, but I'm so glad the captain of my team, Vaishali Gade, gave a kickstart to the show. And thank you, Himija, for the wonderful speeches that you're doing. And so happy to see some familiar faces. Senator Eldridge, my favorite, and Senator Sena, and now another one that I just saw. I loved your speech, by the way. Thank you. That was very empowering. Thank you. Human values are virtues that guide us into account the human element when we interact with other human beings. Human values such as respect, acceptance, empathy, and love towards other human beings. When we talk about Indian values, we expect that it comprises the basic human values, but unique. It bears the essence of our country we hail from, India, and is exhibited greatly by its culture, heritage, socio-political behavior of its people who embraced the USA as their beloved adopted country, the country we call home. India is a vast country with diverse cultures, history, and landscapes, religion, and cuisines. There are 121 languages spoken broadly within 19,500 dialects in India. So Indianness is very hard to define, you see, and very difficult to express to outsiders. Therefore, I think to stay true to our Indian values, we must have an open mind to give and take, to mingle and mingle in with the larger mainstream society we are living in the current time. While we should be rooted to our cultures of diverse religions, with oneness in mind, we should embrace our surrounding cultures here as well. When we talk about staying true to our Indian values in the US, we must remember to define our values. The whole world has come closer in modern days with advancement of technology in the 20th and the 21st century. Let our Indian values, culture, and heritage be enriched by giving and taking, mingling and being mingled in with the society at large. Thank you. A big shout out to Acton Select Board. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I know there is a superstar who makes it happen every single year. Is this a good time to do our special thing that we wanted to do, Himaja, or? Okay, we'll do it later? Okay, I think we'll do it a little later, but we have a special surprise in place where we would like to honor someone very special. Keep guessing, but a huge shout out to all the dignitaries who are here today, and especially a huge shout out, let's give it out to the Acton Select Board.
Thank you so much, Director Tanu Phoenix. We now invite Anika Singh, Myra Manchanda, and Saiba Jetli with their teacher Vaishnavi Kondapalli to sing the Indian National Anthem, followed by the U.S. Anthem sung by Tara Vishwanathan and Dia Mysore. Vaishnavi Kondapalli is classically trained vocalist, gifted with a rich silken voice. She started singing at a very young age of 7. In her formative years, she sang Baba Geet in Hindi and Telugu. She won the All India Radio Light Music Regional Competition in 1997. Apart from stage performances, Vaishnavi also rendered her voice in private albums. Her album, Simply Love, was featured as the top album of the week. On Music India Online, Vaishnavi periodically releases original singles on YouTube, Spotify, and other streaming outlets. She is currently giving vocal lessons for all ages.
Hi, I'm Tara Vishwanathan, and I'll be singing the U.S. National Anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, so the India one. So we're gonna now raise the India flag, and we're really excited for one of our select board members to lead in that effort. So give it up. Thank you. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for raising our flag. Alrighty, as we wrap up our program, really excited to now welcome our incredible singers who are now going to sing our Indian national anthem. Give it up for them.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उच्छल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा शोभना गे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाता जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता
Give it up again for these incredible young people. Thank you. All right, now we're really honored to do our proclamation read. So every single day we read out an Indian Day proclamation, and one of our Acton Select Board members has the honor of doing so. And I'm super excited that this year it's my dear friend Fran Arsenal who will be reading our proclamation for India's Independence Day. Fran, thank you so much for being here with us. Every time I see you, I feel really happy, and the floor is yours.
Go, Fran!
Go, Fran!
Again, an honor to be here. I'll get straight to the proclamation. The town of Acton, whereas India is the largest free democratic country in the world, home of nearly a fifth of the world's population, and with exceptional beauty and rich cultural heritage, and whereas the Indian independence movement was led by patriots including Mahatma Gandhi, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Deshbandhu Das, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, Lala Lalpat Rai, Lokmanya Tilak, Bhagat Singh, Maulana Azad, Raja Koplachari, and Sardar Patel. One of their resistance methods was nonviolent protest, which became a model of civil rights movements around the world, including the movement led by Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States. And whereas on August 15, 1947, India regained independence from 200 years of repressive British occupation and civil disobedience and nonviolent protest, that movement became a new weapon to fight against inequality and injustice in the world. Whereas the Constituent Assembly of India created a most democratic constitution of its own, including inspirations from the American Constitution. And whereas a youthful country on the verge of its 75th Independence Day celebration, modern India has shown an unsurpassed growth in education, health, agriculture, and technology since its independence. And whereas India's Independence Day is celebrated by almost 1.4 billion people across the country with flag hoisting ceremonies, kite flying, and parades. And whereas India has the largest diaspora in the world and over 36 million of Indian origin live in other countries, with over 4 million people of Indian origin living in the United States, over 100,000 in Massachusetts, and hundreds in Acton, who contribute greatly to the social, economic, and civic health of our nation and our community. Yes. Whereas India is a composite civilization An ancient nation extraordinarily unique as cultural mosaic of people embracing a prodigious diversity of ethnic groups, religions, languages, customs, traditions, clothing, gastronomy, climatic conditions, and natural resources, and yet representing an underlying unity. Now, therefore, the Select Board of the Town of Acton does hereby proclaim August 6, 2023 to be India Day, and encourages all residents to join the Indian community to celebrate and commemorate its 76th Independence Day. Thank you.
Fran, Alyssa, and David, can we please request you on the stage?
As I mentioned, the wonderful Acton Select Board, they are rock stars, and we would like to felicitate them with a plaque and our heartfelt gratitude. I would like to read the plaque, and then I would request Vaishali to please present it to the Acton Select Board. India Association of Greater Boston presents Award of Appreciation to the town of Acton. We at IAGB extend our heartfelt gratitude for your unwavering support and invaluable contribution in commemorating India's Independence Day. Your solidarity and involvement make these celebrations even more meaningful and splendid. With the warmest of regards, IAGB.
All right, one more to go. Picture abhi baki hai. As they say, so we have a special friend that, you know, it has put this all together all these years. Without her contributions and without her help and without her enthusiasm and without her leadership, none of this would have been possible. So can I please request Senator Jamie Eldridge to be on the stage and Ms. Sahana Purohit be on the stage here, please. Sahana! Jamie, this had to happen, right? This had to happen. All right. So I'll read the plaque here. IAGB presents Award of Appreciation to the community leader and our supporter, Sahana Purohit, in sincerest appreciation for your tireless efforts to bring the community together and your support of IAGB's flag-raising endeavor in the town of Acton and beyond. With much regards and gratitude, I.
And if I may add, I think Senator Eldridge will second my thoughts, if I may add, and Vaishali too. 4 years ago, when we started the India flag raising endeavor, when IAGB started it, Sahana was one of the first that we reached out to. And from that day till today, Sahana has been instrumental in bringing so many people together in a row every year, year after year. Acton turnout to be one of the highest. So huge round of applause to all of you for showing up in numbers and supporting this endeavor. This endeavor, as I said, is not for us within the community to celebrate within the community, but for us to bring everybody to the community, to our Indian community, Indian American community in the US, in Massachusetts, celebrating together. And that's what Sahana did. And I cannot thank Sahana enough with my deepest gratitude, heartfelt, for what she has been doing year after year. I'm going to take you up on this next year. You're not going anywhere. Thank you.
Thank you, IAGB, Vaishali and Tanu. This is such a huge honor. I really didn't expect this. I'm an Indian and I felt it is something that I would like to contribute to the community, and I've been, that was the whole idea behind this, for me to do this. And very proud to be here in Acton. People are so supportive. The Acton Select Board, our legislators, Jamie, Dan, Simon, within a short notice to be here with us means a lot. So thank you. Without all of you guys, Himaja and Dia, thank you so much. And the little kiddos and Vaishnavi, thank you so much for, stepping up within like a couple of days. So thanks a lot, means a lot to me. Thank you for this. Very touching.
To wrap us up really fast, we're really excited to have on IAGB's director, Tanu here, who's going to share a few updates from IAGB. Thank you so much, Tanu, and the floor is yours.
I want to quote a poem by the Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore. All shall give and take, mingle and mingled in. None shall depart dejected from the shores of India's great humanity. Practicing traditions and celebrating the differences are the true ways to exhibit Indian culture. We have planned a multi-week celebration through the month of August, that started yesterday, continuing through today, August 8th, August 12th, August 13th, and August 19th, with our historical, trend-setting flag-raising events across towns, anchor towns like Acton, many others across Massachusetts and New Hampshire. We have also partnered, you would be proud to know this, we have also partnered with Boston Red Sox to bring India celebration at the historic Fenway Park on Tuesday, August 8th, with dazzling cultural performances. We would be proudly standing there wearing the Red Sox jersey with India flag on it. That's what we made happen. On August 15th, Boston City Hall will be lit in the Indian flag tricolors. And of course, we have our grand India Day cultural event at the Hat Shell, the iconic Hat Shell, filled with vibrant festivities, and we are sure that will create a beautiful memory for each one of you, because you will get to see a great lineup of cultural performances and a grand finale concert, Raga Unleashed, extraordinary Indian fusion concert by the students of Berklee College of Music. So see you there at all our events on August 6th, the rest of the events we have today. It's on our website, the events calendar, on August 12th, August 13th, Fenway Park on August 8th. Don't forget to turn on your TVs and see it. We are going to make the first pitch. Fantastic, a proud moment for all of us, not only at IAGB, but for the Indian community. And of course, our grand finale event on August 19th at the Hat Shell. Over to you, Himaja.
Thank you so much, Tanu, for those really exciting updates. And a huge round of applause to everyone who spoke today and everyone who came today. I won't take up too much of your time as we wrap up. I want you all to enjoy being in community here with each other, but just want to give a huge shout out to Dia Prakash, who is here with me today. She is an incoming 7th grader. She is taking time out of her summer to join in this chaotic journey with me to figure out how to MC this incredible event. And Dia, you're such a personal inspiration to me. Huge shout out to you and to all the young people who just bring it. Oh my gosh.
My idol.
You're my idol. All right, and with that, we're going to close this event. Sahana, any last things before we close out? Oh, and we are now going to invite up.
Vaishnavi Kondapalli, Anika, Myra, and Saiba will now sing a patriotic song.
So I just want to say that these little kids, they just learned this song a few days ago. So they put in a lot of effort, and I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I'm going to sing it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
देश हमारा हमको प्यारा धरती हरियाली चरण पूजती सागर लहरे बादल वनमाली देश हमारा आहा आहा हमको प्यारा ओहो ओहो देश हमारा हमको प्यारा धरती हरियाली चरण पूजती सागर लहरे बादल वनमाली देश हमारा आहा आहा हमको प्यारा ओहो ओहो नील गगन में सूर्य चमकता सोने जैसे धूप हरियाली है चांद सितारे किरणें बड़े अनूप नील गगन में सूर्य चमकता सोने जैसे धूप हरियाली है चांद सितारे किरणें बड़े अनूप बाण लहरिए वन है सुंदर है शोभाशाली चरण पूजती सागर लहरे बादल वनमाली देश हमारा आहा आहा हमको प्यारा ओहो ओहो देश हमारा हमको प्यारा धरती हरियाली शरण पूजती सागर लहरे बादल वनमाली देश हमारा आहा आहा तुमको प्यारा ओहो ओहो What does this mean? देश हमारा हमको प्यारा.
This is our country and we love it.
So can you say it loudly?
This is our country and we love it.
Yes.
Franny, thank you so much for being here with ActonTV. Really appreciate you. And Ronit, thank you so much. Chakra, as always, a lot of appreciation. Without you, we couldn't have been here. So thanks. Thank you all for being here. And see you guys back again next year.